Right, so hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're back in F1 2018. It's been a while. Yeah, so I just finished Baku last race. That did not end well, as you guys will have seen, so if you haven't seen it, I will probably link it up in the top right and you can see it, but at least we've got team goals and everything, and resource points looking okay, but the reputation with McLaren's not good.
Good to see you're still in one piece. That was a heavy impact. The car's a mess, but it'll be ready for the next race.
Good.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms. Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
So I went a little bit under with the contract, but oh well. At least it's a contract with our first driver, and yeah. So we get the first driver resource points bonus, which is pretty good. I would have to say that, guys. That's a pretty good thing. Now here we go to Spain. Spain practice 1.
Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
Okay, so guys, power and aero just came in, rear aero and engine, and the chassis upgrade is still coming in, but we're literally on level pegging with Force India now, and when this chassis upgrade comes in, we'll probably rotate them. So currently 4th in the constructors and 6th in the drivers, and yeah, so look at our power upgrades. That's going to be over 1,000 R&D points, so we'll have to save up for that. Chassis should be finished next week, and aero, it's 500, so we've got balanced aero, and these are just minor upgrades. And let's do the front aero. So that should be in relatively soon. I thought I said next race. And let's go to practice 1, guys.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Over the next few minutes, the teams will be heading out onto this classic Formula One track for what we're expecting to be a very hectic practice session. We can see, of course, plenty of activity in the garages as we wait for the green light to get this session underway. Anthony Davidson, thank you for joining me once again. What are you going to be looking out for once the cars get out there on the circuit today?
Well, naturally, in any free practice session, you can never be sure exactly what programs the teams are running, how much fuel they've put in, and so on. So it's important to resist the temptation to draw any firm conclusions from the fastest times on the monitor. What we can do, however, is look for consistent pace over the course of multiple laps. So if someone does half a Grand Prix distance and they're consistently half a second quicker than another driver doing the same, then that's generally a good indicator of a car with a solid race pace.
Okay, so guys, we're here now in free practice 1.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Okay, so I got about 45 minutes to use, and let's do track acclimatization. That's zipping to the end of that, guys. Now going to cross the line anytime now, and DRS, and across.
Great stuff. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top 3, who are Vettel, Ricciardo and Max Verstappen.
Okay.
Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
So that was free practice 1, guys. And got some good, at least a decent amount of R&D points from that. And after practice, in the tyre is a wet quali, so that should hopefully not be impossible for us, but let's find out, I guess.
Today's qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And what a crack!
Okay, so we're going out on our first run. Get a little bit sideways back to the far corner. Well, we go quickest overall. Let's go forward in the session. We're currently P11, and let's go out for a second run. And we can't even make it to the thing, but we got Fernando behind us. So I think time to try our best to do a time run. Fernando's following us through. Time delta's green here, so that means that we must go slightly there after Dr. Perez is not compromised as going to the first corner. Compared to the end we're like 3 temps up. 4 entire temps up right now. Going through the far corner, guys. Going very sideways, but almost 6 temps up, I'll focus into P7. And going to the end of this lap, well, we tried to improve, guys, but nothing. It's P7 for Q1, I think. Qualifying 1. Both of them McLarens are into Q2. It would be a bit surprising if we won both, but it happens. Currently, guys, it's still a bit too wet for dry tyres, unfortunately, but hopefully in the Q3 it may just barely be dry enough. Going out for a banker lap, I think this is on some used dentals. So just sticking the banker lap here.
That's the fastest lap so far. Well done.
So that, guys, is the fastest lap so far. And coming back into the pits, so that's it. Carry the corner, I think, on the way back. Turn in P3. I don't really care where we come, if it's within the top 10 here. And in we go, guys.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 32.4.
The risk now, guys, is that we're not going to have any tyres for the next session, but I think we should hopefully be safe. But let's do it on the same thing with Inters and see what we can improve. I'm not sure. And we've just gone green, guys. And we made it into Q3. Both McLarens once again going into the next session, so now it's time to do the shootout. Okay, so just sit here. It's wet, I guess. It's not really what we want. Okay, so going through the far corner where almost 6 times green, and that's all fantastic.
Good work.
And that is P3 for the race, guys. P3.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Vettel, Hamilton and Smith. It's time.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it?
Okay, so going for a bit of a showman.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
And yeah, being honest, well, we really were struggling a little bit for grip, but yeah, I didn't feel like the car had enough downforce.
Appreciate your time.
Rep increased very slightly.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
So yeah, guys, there's still quite a lot of aero to go, but we've actually got a decent car when it comes to the aero. It's 4th best. It's basically best of the rest when it comes to the aero. And looking at the power, we definitely need more work on the power. It's time to just look around, I guess, and do whatever, because why not? So yes, guys, we are about to go into the race.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Smith, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Bottas, Alonso, Hülkenberg, and Carlos Sainz, Grosjean, Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, and Perez, Stroll, Ericsson, Brendan Hartley, and Charles Leclerc. Sirotkin and Esteban Ocon rounds off the...
We're higher on the grid than we expected. Let's see if we can do even better.
The engineer has intentions for us to doing better. That is pretty healthy. Okay, so just do a 1 stop instead of the 2 stop. Let's just say it's 8.283 seconds, it looks like. I think let's probably stick with that. Bring the fuel down a little bit. Actually, let's just leave it the same. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so starting the race, guys. Formation lap. A little bit south the mark.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes.
Okay,
We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Okay, now skipping from the formation lap to the start of this Grand Prix, slides out and darting in behind Lewis Hamilton right now.
Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Well, let's be a safety car. So this is a very, very interesting first lap. Skipping forward to the end of the lap. Still nothing really happening. Oh, we need to slow down. But okay. So we're just got to keep the delta positive on this. Try and save fuel. I'm not
Fernando's
sure
in for his stop.
Right now would have been a good or a bad idea. Well, we'll see when we're in the actual safety car and everyone slows down because if we are going to that will be a good time.
We're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader. Follow the safety car.
Oh. So skipping to the end of lap 3.
Okay, the safety car is coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car is in the pit lane.
And we're now off again. Valtteri Bottas with the tyre went in for his stop. Carlos Sainz is behind it on the ultra soft tyre.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.5 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. The time last lap was a 2:5.5. Full course caution. The safety car is out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down. Maintain positive delta.
Insane. 2 safety cars within about 6 laps. That is basically insane. So,
right, come in at the end of this lap.
A little bit of odd video there. Screw freeze and lock up, but remember I just decided to source all out in the editing, and that's why it's a weird shift, but oh well. So coming in for our stop, and what's happened to Fernando? Fernando stopped. And I hope Fernando has not retired.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
Unfortunately, Bottas has got past us where you can no longer overtake him, but otherwise nothing we can do now really. And looking back into the right from a few laps before. Yeah, and that's what happened, guys. His engine just went and it was just a full explosion really, and yeah, that's why it's not really surprising at all why he had to retire the car, because you cannot really drive with a car in that condition. It just does not really work, guys. So yeah, staying behind Sorokin.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line.
So yes, guys,
stay in position until the green flags.
We got 1.5 laps worth of fuel there. Gained for the safety car period. Yeah, we're going down to overtake, which is the fastest DRS mode. So we can maybe go and get a cheeky overtake where it comes to the safety car going in and green flags right now. So trying to weave, try and make sure the tyres are as far as we can make them. It's green flag racing, and the tyres were quite not as fast as we would have wanted them because we got a little bit of a little sideways out, and it's out of the far corner. Yep, I'm most certain that those tyres are not hot off, and I don't think I was used to those medium compound tyres. We've got Hamilton behind us. He's 3 wide. Still stuck behind Sergei Sorokin. 15:40 end of that first. Sorokin got taken, and Bottas and Lance Stroll are currently batting it out. Go for an audacious dive bomb. I'm managing to collect up Bottas as well. After P6, guys, this is looking very, very good. This races. Next is Mark Certain. He should not be too difficult to rotate, as is in the Sauber Alfa Romeo. Actually, I think it's the Alfa Romeo Sauber, but oh well.
You have P5, P5. Leclerc is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 3.7 seconds. They're on old softs. Ericsson behind, they're on old softs. The gap to the leader is 11.0 seconds. Pit window opens in 12 laps time. 12 laps, 24 laps to go.
So straight forward to when we're right up with the gearbox basically of Leclerc up now. Will we be able to make the overtake happen? It looks like it's a possible opportunity. Going down the inside, it's a pretty easy move in F1's way 18. Just checking for wind damage. There is no wind damage, so we can carry on pretty happily. Skipping forward to lap 13, where we've just got Westbound Ocon in front of us. Unfortunately, I don't think I've had DRS. Yeah.
Our gap behind is 8.6 seconds.
But it does not look like it's going to make much difference. We've just got the downforce, and it looks like we maybe have to. We just squeeze them out of the way. Basically bullied our way through. That was probably not the way to do it, but oh well, we made it. Sergio ahead. Max Verstappen has just hit. He's just gone to another set of mediums. I think we will be going to the end on this compound, I think. And currently P1, Sergio has just hit for his compound change. And Leclerc leading this race pretty comfortably. Max Verstappen. Oh, actually, well, we were leading until Max Verstappen is right off our gearbox now. This could be a slight issue. This is Renault versus Renault car. Squeezing them out very, very aggressively. Going for aggressive defending and.
Be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Skipping to lap 31. Tyre wear's looking pretty mediocre on the left rear. But it should be okay hopefully until the end of the race. Going to lap 33, we got Sebastian Vettel just overtaking us. Well, we tried to cover him off, but we did too down. We just caught his front wing, so it doesn't look like he took any damage, but definitely helped us and kept him behind. It's lucky that we didn't get a puncture, but
You're leading the pack, P1. Vettel behind, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. This is your final lap, final lap of the race.
A punter, an F1 2018 for that.
This is your final lap, final lap of the race.
He's just saying final lap of the race.
This is your final lap of the race. The brakes and tyres are starting to overheat. You need to ease off in the corners. This is your final lap of the race.
So just barely keeping the fuel positive. Oh, I'm leaning our way to the line. That was a pretty good win, I'd say. Would definitely help us. We may be looking good to win the championship, actually.
And an excellent win for McLaren. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm really happy to see them there on the top step of the podium.
That was P1 guys, that was so good.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, Crofty, but I'd like to say Sergio Perez. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that here today.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy.
Very, very good.
How are you feeling after that win?
McLaren rep increase, that's always good. Yeah,
you must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
Good to live up to the team.
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, last weekend was Baku, wasn't it? Yeah. That didn't end well.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Jen Claire's happy.
Appreciate your time.
Rest in peace, Fernando. Oh, and the McLaren rep has just increased significantly.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
Doesn't really care about our podium. Okay, thanks. Yeah, much appreciated. I'm looking forward to the next contract where I can have to push for better terms, but it's time to increase the power unit. We're catching up Alfa Romeo Sauber. As the department has reached also, if we could put stuff into the department, we've only got 4 resource points. That was very, very close indeed with the resource points for that engine upgrade. Okay guys, so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Looking at McLaren about to rotate force in, but I said that earlier in the video, so hey guys, it'd be nice if you can subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Like, share, comment if there's a way that we can improve, and it'd be nice if you guys could subscribe, and yeah, thanks all for watching.